Elise Wilson, she just needs to take that up strong. Get the contact, get the foul. Even if you miss it, Hazel's there to clean it up.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do miss it and you get the foul call, you're heading to the free throw line, you're going to have a chance to score if that clock stops. Every possession right now defensively for Spanish Fork, very important. The Lady Dons need a stop, and they need one now. Jex, baseline drive, that one off the side of the rebound.
Partially blocked by Hazel.
Jump ball, possession arrow to Spanish Fork. Maple Mountain, I think, wanting a reach-in foul there against Spanish Fork, but not getting it.
So it looks like Coach Green, he's going to bring Liz Eaton back on with 1:54 left. I thought for sure she'd be done for the night.
Jex reaches in there, tries to, and forces the jump ball, and it's going to head back to Maple Mountain.
Nice quick hands by Lily Jex. Lily Jex is a fun player to watch. She's so fast up and down the court. Has a little nasty streak in her too. Can get very physical at times. Always good to see. Tends to throw opponents off their game a little bit.
Liz Eaton on the drive. She loses it as she goes up to make the pass out, and now here comes Spanish Fork.
Liz Eaton looks tired.
She's played hard throughout the game. Here's the three. That one off. Rebound going to go into the hands of Hain. Hain gets into the front court, tries to get it to Eastman, who comes over and finds a way to get to the basketball. They'll pull it out.
Great active hands by Branch.
Stay tuned to the post-game show for the MVP Sports MVP of the game. Eaton goes up strong. She'll be fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
So that's going to on Wilson. That's 4 on Wilson. So we're going to have a MVP player of the game for both teams tonight. A lot of candidates for both teams.
Getting those hands all warmed up.
I am.
As Eaton
I love the MVP Sports. I love analyzing it and choosing it. MVP, of course, sponsoring the MVP Sports Player of the Game. You know, it's kind of hard sometimes to elevate one player above the team, but you know, there's always one that stands out. I think once in a while we give it to the team as a whole. But tonight we definitely have some individual.
Cambry Hazel takes it to the basket, gets the layup to roll. Just have to wonder a little too late if you're Spanish Fork.
No, to see that be able to come against Maple Mountain.
Eaton pulls it back out. Hain will now back it out, and we'll see here. Spanish Fork likely will go for a quick steal.
So Cambry Hazel is going to need some confidence going into that next game against Wasatch.
Marks pulls it out. Now we're going to get a foul here, and that's going to send Marks to the free throw line.
22. Allen.
First personal against Emily Allen, 8th team foul.
Yeah, Emily Allen averaged about 8 points a game. She's been held to 5 tonight.
Now the first free throw from Marks is off. Rebound goes to Nicole Hain. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring Spanish Fork.
Yep, Cambry Hazel needs to block out a little better than that.
41 seconds. Lady Dons need some threes. They need them quickly. Branch, baseline, takes
nice
it right
move
up.
by Branch.
Couldn't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Second attempt, no. And it's Eaton who pulls the rebound.
There's
no
going to
be
quit
a foul
in Mackenzie
against
Branch. No quit in this Spanish Fork team. I like it.
And you think of it, I mean, the teams that never give up, that never quit. We saw Maple Mountain boys team do that multiple times last year, and they won 3 or 4 games because of it. That quality alone is going to, at some point, is going to pay off for Spanish Fork. Not tonight necessarily, but down the line, another close ball game.
And not just that, not just in the game, but outside the game, that is a huge, huge talent to have.
Eaton hits the first free throw. She'll have a second here. That's the 4th against Branch. And Eaton hits the second one as well. 28 points, it looks like, right now.
And I think I might have missed a couple.
Going around the screen, Cambry Hazel calling for the ball as
great drive.
Emily Allen tries to put it up. Hain pulls the rebound, trapped in the corner. He's got to do something with it. And Corey Green will call a timeout from the Maple Mountain bench. So 12.5 seconds to go. Maple Mountain gets ready to go on the road Tuesday night. They'll play a 5:15 game against the Salem Hills Skyhawks before the boys game, which will tip at 7. We'll get ready for that. We also will get the Spanish Fork boys, and girls will be taking on Wasatch. The Wasps
5:15 for the girls, and then 7 o'clock for the boys.
Yep. And that game will be on Spanish Fork 17. Our game, the Maple Mountain Salem Hills game, Jerry and I will be at Salem Hills High School, where that will be
on channel 16.
Yep, channel 16, 7 o'clock tip.
You'll see the Spanish Fork Wasatch game on channel 17. We'd like to thank State Farm Lance Wilson for the Lance Wilson State Farm assist. With 10 seconds left, I think Maple Mountain has this one in hand.
Cambry Hazel will foul Liz Eaton with 6.3 to go. And now Eaton will go and shoot a pair, and Cambry Hazel's picked up her fourth. And the Maple Mountain Lady Golden Eagles are gonna move to 2-0 in region play. First one misses long for Liz Eaton.
That'll put Spanish Fork at 1-2 in region, with a loss to Springville 43-56, but squeaking one out against Salem 45-44.
Free throw on the way. That one is good for Eaton, and now 6.3 seconds. It's going to be Emily Allen. Now it's going to be Gillies with the basketball. 2.5 seconds on the clock. Wilson puts one up the buzzer but misses, and the clock will expire.
That just kind of puts the stamp on Spanish Fork's night. Just the ball just not wanting to cooperate.
Maple Mountain comes out victorious tonight, 65-51 over the Spanish Fork Dons. We'll take a break here on Spanish Fork 17. We'll come back to wrap it up, including the MVP Sports MVP of the game for both teams. After the break, you're watching high school basketball on Spanish Fork 17.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Maple Mountain High School, where the rivalry game, at least part one, has concluded. The Maple Mountain Lady Golden Eagles coming out on top, 65-51 over the Spanish Fork Lady Dons. Ryan Pickens alongside Jerry Huffman. And Jerry, when you take a look at this game, Spanish Fork probably controlled it for about 3.5 quarters, but that one half a quarter that Maple Mountain really got momentum changed the whole game.
You know what Spanish Fork, like we said before, they can take away. Their offense was sound. They just had a problem at the basket. The lid was closed. I think when Maple Mountain has them on Spanish Fork's turf, I think they better watch out, because a lot of those that did not fall tonight will be easy baskets for them.
And that's the thing tonight. If you're Spanish Fork, it's not just that you didn't have baskets falling. You got great shots.
You did.
You got a lot of wide open, great looks, but
I've never seen an inbound play or several inbound plays work as good as Spanish Forks did tonight against Maple Mountain.
And that's one thing, as a coach and as a player, there's nothing you can do when you're taking good shots and they're just not going in. It's the most frustrating thing as a player to try to work through, because all you can do is keep shooting and hope that somehow they fall.
And I think they'll look at that bad shot percentage and say, to take away from it, you know, the shots were there, they just weren't falling. Take a little heart in that, and you know, just work on that in practice.
Maple Mountain tonight did a lot of great things, I felt. You know, once again, maybe, and this is going to be, a lot of people will disagree with me on this, maybe a little too much Liz Eaton, and sometimes and
that's like too much cake or too much money.
Let me finish my thought on that. Not so much, obviously, I mean, she played a great game. I'm not taking anything away. But you kind of missed maybe that second score. Nicole Haynes stepped up, but maybe a more collective effort if you're Maple Mountain. But the key thing was, maybe from this year to last year, you got to score like Nicole Haynes, who stepped up big time.
Speaking about that, Nicole Haynes got a lot of those points off of misses by other players, including Liz Eaton.
It's like, Jerry, you had 17 for Haynes. I mean, that's just a great game for.
That is. I mean, taking nothing away from Nicole Haynes, who is a very viable candidate for MVP Sports MVP of the game. But I think for Maple Mountain side, 29 points, at least by my scoring, is undeniable. She is the heart and soul of this team. Liz Eaton, the senior, MVP Sports MVP of the game for Maple Mountain.
Liz Eaton has to, in my opinion, garner a lot of talk for 4A State
Yes.
Player of the Year. I mean,
I think
just
so.
looking throughout the state, if she can put up 30 a game, that's going to be a big kind of change, and that's going to be a big driving point to Maple Mountain
Right.
making another run at the 4A State Championship up at Salt Lake Community College next month.
It's going to be interesting to see when a physical team comes and starts trying to push around Maple Mountain, if they can respond to that kind of challenge. But tonight, Liz Eaton, 29 points, undeniable, MVP Sports MVP of the game. Now let's switch over to the Spanish Fork side.
Right. On the other side, you had an interesting game. We talked about Canberra Hazel in the Open, how this was going to be one of those games where if Hazel had a great game, put Spanish Fork on the back, the Lady
Yes.
Dons could come in and I don't want to say pull an
Steal
upset,
one.
but steal one on the road, which we both agree in Region 8 you have to do in
Yes.
order to finish in the top 4. You have to protect the home court, and you have to win on the road, steal a couple.
So-
Canberra Hazel all of a sudden had a couple of free throws in that first half, but didn't have another bucket. But then all of a sudden we started seeing Elise Wilson with 2 here, 2
Yes,
there.
2 here, there, and just kind of picking up, especially when Canberra Hazel had to go sit down. Mackenzie Branch solid with 15 points, but we expect that out of Kenzie Branch. So yeah, go ahead and announce the
Spanish Fork Lady Dons MVP of the game, Elise Wilson. Just a great all-around game from somebody who, like you said, we wouldn't have expected it. Kenzie Branch, we know she's going to get her points. There's just those players in
Yes.
Region 8. We'll see one in Springville probably in a few weeks, Lydia Austin, that you understand they're going to get their
Yes.
points, and it's just containing them.
Well, watching Elise Wilson work on the offensive defensive side, posting up inside, she got the ball, she got position, got the ball several times. A lot of key rebounds on the defensive side. Just was unable to finish a lot of those, but still came out with 12 points to kind of spark this Spanish Fork team when she needed to. So congratulations, Elise Wilson, the MVP Sports MVP of the game for Spanish Fork.
It was a great night for basketball tonight. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles coming out on top, 65-51 here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. But now we get ready to kind of go further into our league season. We want to thank our sponsors one final time, the Car Guys for the Car Guys Instant Replay, Lance Wilson State Farm for the assists of a great assist through the game. You saw plenty of those tonight. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports for the MVP of the game, to Jack's Pizza, Spanish Fork Community Network, where we're built for speed. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to remind you can see replays of this broadcast and many others on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. For our entire crew here at Maple Mountain High School, for my partner Jerry Huffman, I'm Ryan Pickens signing off for the final time tonight here from Maple Mountain High School, where the Golden Eagles, the Lady Golden Eagles, come out victorious over the Lady Spanish Fork Dons. You're watching high school basketball here on Spanish Fork 17.